Hello everybody, hope you're having a fantastic day today. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Today I have an update to the Ultimate Heavy Gunner build for you guys. I do include a Raid Runner build and a beginner build with this as well, so yeah, just wanted to update this build since the update. Let's get into it here. Okay, so before we get into the build and all that, I just want to show you what you can expect from this build. So, I do use an excavator and I do use a union in this build. Right here you can see that I am using the union. Now it's probably, you know, one of the worst power armors for damage resistance. It's great for carry weight and collecting ore, I know that. But I just wanted to show you should still pretty much, you know, be able to stay alive. A Mirelurk Queen's probably your worst you know, possible thing that you're going to run into that's really going to maybe kill you, maybe other than some raid stuff. So I just wanted to show, and if you're in the Union power armor like I am right now, yeah, it's just almost a joke. I sped the time up here 2 times here, and this was like over like 40 seconds or something like that, or 30 seconds, and yeah, I think I hit 1 stim pack through this, and like it just could not kill me. Pretty much invincible to the Mirelurk Queen. And yes, robots won't be able to do much to you either. Like, regular enemies will kill themselves too, but specifically robots, because of the electric absorption perk card, you will find they will just pretty much kill themselves, especially if you have some reflective mods, which I'm going to get into a little bit later on in the video. I will show you what I have on both of the power armors that I'm using. And yes, as well, you can heal NPCs with this, so maybe the you know, the NPCs that test your metal, or if you're just, you know, launching a nuke and you want the launch control chief to stay alive, this build has got you covered there too. Or just use a squirt gun. If you know, you know. Also, you do not need to be in a power armor for this build as well. It's not like a perfect build for not using a power armor for a I just feel like heavy guns and power armor go hand in hand. But if you don't want to be in a power armor, if you follow everything I show you in this video, you can see you'll be pretty safe from most things. The worst thing is probably a Mirelurk Queen that you would run into if you're not in a power armor. Like, I wouldn't go suggest fighting these guys without being in a power armor, especially with this build. But yeah, this is probably the worst scenario. And of course, if you're quick enough to pop a stim pack, you can see you have plenty of time to hit one here. You should still be able to stay alive. So just want to point this out as well. You do not have to be in a power armor for this build. And if you didn't know, Strongback has made a big improvement since the last update. So it really helps with your carry weight, especially with this build being a heavy gunner build. We have a lot of points under strength. So just by throwing this on, you can have an extra 55 carry weight. So say you just need that extra 55 carry weight. This is like a carry weight booster if you just want to take off lock and load quick so you can have that extra carry weight. And now to get into the weapons and the damage it will do. Just to start off with the Gatling gun, like this is one of my favorite guns in the game. Just a good daily driver. I wouldn't go fight Earl solo with it or anything like that, but just a great overall gun. And I wasn't even holding the critical button here. If you don't know, you should be holding the critical button when you are in VATS. The critical button and the trigger button at the same time. And yeah, just at the end there I used it. Not even using the critical button here as well, everybody. Just a super mutant horde here just gets absolutely destroyed with the holy fire. Highly recommend checking out this weapon if you haven't. I will include a video that shows you my top 5 heavy weapons and how to get them in case you want to get a couple of these weapons. I don't cover them all in that video, but 5 or 6 of them I do cover because there is an honorable mention. And I do want to talk about the 50 cal as well. This weapon is awesome. Probably one of my more favorite weapons that I've used making this video, or just in general. Like another good daily driver. You would be surprised too. This weapon does do like a lot of damage to, you know, bigger enemies with more resistance. But just for like a daily driver, if you can, you know, keep this thing fed with ammo, this thing's awesome. Whether you're aiming or using VATS, it's just a fun weapon to use. And again, it'll take out big enemies, no problem. You can see I take out a behemoth, no problem. Mirelurk Queen, no problem. You could probably take out a Scorch Beast Queen by yourself with this thing. It's just an absolute awesome weapon. I'm sure most of us by now know the Gatling plasma is just like extremely overpowered. It's not even worth shooting regular mobs with. So yeah, thought I'd throw a little bit of footage here just showing you how powerful it can be. It's just ridiculous the damage this thing does. Definitely, you know, a boss killer. And the Pepper Shaker. I didn't expect to have as much fun with this as I did today. This weapon is awesome. The damage is very, very decent. And yeah, like not even, you know, vatsing. It just destroys stuff, especially with the explosive effect. I really liked it. And yeah, bigger enemies, no problem as well. No VATS needed. You should be able to take out, you know, most behemoths. And, you know, regular mobs with the Pepper Shaker, yeah, you're just like pretty much one-shotting them. I had way too much fun with this gun today. Highly recommend the Pepper Shaker. Keep in mind, a friend can make you one if you do not have the plan and drop it for you. And this weapon is also amazing for making the Scorch Beast Queen land. All you have to do is shoot her wing with this build, and I assure you, shortly after, she will be on the ground spawning more enemies for you to kill. Also, the Plasma Caster, I'm sure most of us know as well, too. This is an amazing weapon. The ammo is, you know, easy. It'll pretty much just feed itself. I would recommend maybe putting on Reverse Onslaught with this weapon. You don't have to. It's still great. I'll link a video in the description explaining Onslaught if you do want to get, you know, if you find you're using the Plasma Caster a lot. Now, let's get into the actual numbers that I'm using for this build here. And I do have 3 builds here for you. This is like my running around build with this. And it's not hard to change these builds up that I'm going to show you, so that's why I do have a couple of them here. It's going to be extremely convenient. And yes, this is the legendary perk cards I have and the perk cards that I was using. And I assure you, you're going to love this build. It is so much fun. Very laid back. Excuse me. These are the mutations that I'm using. I highly recommend Adrenal. It's getting a buff in the future so far from what we see. Eagle Eyes if you want to rank up, or sorry, Egghead if you want to rank up a little bit quicker. Eagle Eyes, Healing Factor, Herbivore, Herd Mentality, Marsupial, Scaly Skin, Speed Demon. I'm using all of these serums with this build. So if you want to get the same results that I'm showing in the video, these are the serums that I'm using. Also, I am using Bird Bones as well too. This is amazing when you're in a power armor. It'll just stop the crash down so often. Trust me, you're probably going to want it if you're in the power armor more often. And speaking of power armor, as I said, I am using 2 power armors. I use an Excavator kind of as a daily driver and a Union if I really want to, you know, be a little bit more damage resistant and do a little bit more damage, really. It depends what you have on here too, right? But again, I just thought I would show exactly what I'm using. Rejuvenators is great. Through Hikers is very important with this build as well, I might add. I pretty much have Through Hikers on everything, the Union, the Excavator, and the Secret Service armor that I will be showing a little bit later on in the video. It's just very important, and the perk cards do depend on it. Overeaters, of course, I recommend. If you're wondering why I have Charisma on, it's just so I can rank up a little bit quicker. You can switch that up if you want. And of course, Reflective Scanners, Rejuvenators are great for a 4th star as well. And of course, you do not have to run this build in a power armor. I have the perk set up so you can get away with not running in a power armor. You'll be able to, you know, stop from dying, and you'll be able to do lots of damage. This is the armor I'm using. I do recommend the Secret Service armor. I know I have Unyielding on here. I would recommend Overeaters instead of Unyielding. The only reason I have Unyielding on it is because I like to go low health sometimes. Switch that Unyielding to Overeaters if you're not planning on going low health. And of course, Through Hikers is very important. Rangers is very important with this as well. And I would recommend the Poisoners and the Fireproof. Secret Service Under Armor with the Shielded Lining as well. Now, let's get into the Raid Runner part of this build. Now, I said earlier on in the video, out of convenience, you will have 2 builds. Now, I kept the legendary perk cards the exact same, so if you are just switching these quickly, it will not take off perk cards like it will with some of your builds if you have different legendary perk cards on it, right? So, just out of convenience, I made sure the legendary perk cards are the exact same, so you won't have a problem switching between going casually, maybe in the Excavator, and running raids in the Union power armor. if you may be wondering why I have the Gun Fu perk on, it is because it works well against the mole miners when you're guarding the drill, if that's what you're going to be doing. And of course, you will have no problem taking out, the EN robot or the snake. I constantly solo the robot. I've even done it in the excavator, although I would recommend the Union if you're going to go solo for this build. And of course, having a team is definitely a foundation to running, raids in my opinion. And now, I do have a beginner build here for you. This is by no means a beginner build, I know guys, but I thought I would show this just to put you in the right direction if you do want to work towards this build. You should be able to achieve this between levels 50 and 100. I know easier said than done, and I will have a good starter beginner build coming out soon, so when I do, I will link that as well. As you can see, I don't even have legendary perks in this build, so thought I'd put you guys in the right direction. Company tea is very important with this build as well. You can get a machine that will produce it from Crater if you go see Mortimer. He will have it for 1250 bullion as long as your rep is high enough. And of course, I recommend, Berry Mentats, Psycho Buff, and Blight Soup is great for a little bit of extra damage. And here's the weapons that I'm using in the video as well, just in case you want to have, similar results. I do recommend all these guns. Again, I will link a top 5 video in the description that will show you how to get most of these guns as well, just in case you want to check that out. And yeah, that 50 cal is just so much fun. I do run 2 different Gatling Plasma. One is just for average stuff that you're running around doing, or I do run one with pinpointers, so in case I want to fight the snake, and it's just good for shooting his eyes. I know that may be nerfed soon in the future. Let's hope it doesn't. Of course, I had tons of fun with the Pepper Shaker. Highly recommend that weapon as well. I didn't show the Gauss minigun. It does use a lot of ammo, but it is an amazing weapon. And of course, the Holy Fire. Absolute awesome weapon. I highly recommend you try it if you haven't. And yes, everybody, I think that's it. I tried to cover everything in this just to make sure you guys can, fine-tune this as much as I have, and I really am sure you are going to love this build or these builds. And yeah, let me know what you guys, think in the comments. Let me know if you change anything. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, everybody, thank you for taking the time to watch the videos. Have a pleasant evening.